show respect, step back, no need for space invasion. Stop saying your room number at the day's end, let the girl dance. That's really all she came for. $1 million dress probably came from the thrift store. Even though she seems to be exactly what you wish for, she's never coming in on your transistor. Don't matter if you're rich or piss poor, she's out of your league and in a different sport. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No sleeping allowed, yo, you just get a glance. Don't try to swing game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch her soul flow from a distance, but give her some space, son, let the girl dance.
Hey everybody, I'm Randy Silvas.
And I'm Tony Mollick.
Welcome to the night we've all been waiting for.
The 5th annual Halloween Shootout, taking place this year at historic Holzer's Deli in Old Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
It's time for all the pro mods to come out and play.
Nobody leaves one in the garage for this race. We typically have at least 30 cars for the shootout, and this year is no exception.
So, here's our 30 contestants for this evening.
These cars will race single elimination down to a winners and a losers bracket.
Then the winners will cool their heels while the losers bracket shoots it out.
They will single elimination race down to one car, and that final car will go back in with the winners.
Then the remaining cars will race single elimination until we have a 2024 Halloween Shootout champion.
Tonight's race will be flashlight start, you jump, you lose, and no crossing center.
Our first race of the night will be Mini-Me versus Killer Nova.
Mini-Me takes off like a dart and sends the first unfortunate racer to the losers bracket.
Up next, a couple of teammates from the 724. The 32-4 called Cherry Pie versus that no-good dirty SOB.
Yep. And the 32 is slow off the light. And SOB does what SOB does, and he takes the win.
Sending Cherry Pie to the losers bracket.
From Motown, we have the Banshee versus Terry Olds.
Nah, that's...
All right, hold on now. Don't use the tagline yet. We're just getting started.
Banshee started to separate at about camera 2 and managed to take the Harry Olds walking away.
Giving us 3 cars for the losers bracket that you wouldn't necessarily think would be there.
Up next is a race that's going to send a very fast car to the losers bracket. The 65 Chevy 2 Nova from the 724 called Orange Crush is going to go up against the 59 El Camino from Florida that recently just won the 2024 Fall Truck Night race, the Tazinator.
Right. And Orange Crush is gone.
And sadly, something is definitely wrong with the Tazinator.
And that sends Taz to the loser's bracket, and Orange Crush takes a seat at the winner's bench.
Up next, 2 Slotrod veterans, Fireball versus Dark Phoenix.
Fireball was sleeping on the line, and Dark Phoenix took advantage and the win, giving Fireball the loss.
And speaking of fast cars, we got the Gen 2 Camaro called the Tyrant versus the 63 split window Corvette called Weathered.
Weather gets to jump, but digs in too hard, comes out of the slot and loses power.
Giving Tyrant the easy win and sending an insanely fast car to that increasingly dangerous shark tank that we're going to laughingly refer to as a loser's bracket.
Our next competitors, the Wrath of Vengeance from Motown versus our first-time rookie, the Gray Ghost from the 412.
They left together, but Wrath of Vengeance stepped out on him immediately.
And takes the win by about a car length.
Up next, the Pontiac Trans Am called Raven versus that 55 Chevy called Go Mad.
Go Mad leaves first. But that Pontiac comes around him and takes him on the big end.
Sending Raven to the next round and the Go Mad to the loser's bracket, trying to figure out what went wrong.
Up next, the Mach 5 versus Son of Troublemaker.
You know, the Mach 5 hasn't been seen since it won the 2024 Underground race. Let's see how good that thing runs after 7 months in dry dock. Now that's a drag race. The Mach 5 by half a car.
That loser's bracket just looks scarier and scarier every round.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to want to fight my way out of it.
Our next race is two 412 cars, Marrow versus Jangalang.
Yeah, looks like Marrow forgot to go when the light come on, and Jangalang up and ran off on him.
And somewhere around camera 2, Jangalang came unglued and won the race clinging to the side of the road.
And he didn't cross center either, so that counts as a win for Jangalang.
Up next, one of the toughest competitors from last year's shootout, Exodia, versus, from the Kane Racing Team, the color change GTX called Chameleon.
Tonight will be Chameleon's first race in the WPSRA.
Well, welcome to Slotrods, Chameleon. Exodia takes it by about a car length and a half.
Better luck next time, Chameleon. Off to the Shark Tank you go.
Our next race features the 66 Ford Fairlane called Black and Blue versus Rob Trumpy's Unknown from the 412.
Rolling. Camera 2. 3. Driver. Yep.
There's another great drag race.
They were neck and neck at camera 2.
But that Black and Blue Ford managed to take that Chevy by a bumper.
Giving Black and Blue the win and sending the Unknown to the loser's bracket.
Our next two competitors, another slot rod rookie from Motown, the radical Studebaker called Hawk 2, versus a veteran slot rodder, Blue Bayou from the 412. Man, that Studebaker got some cojones.
And now Blue Bayou finishes a race clinging to the berm.
Eventually bypassing the catch bin and going over the edge.
That's all right. Big Daddy will have it fixed and ready before the loser's bracket starts.
Up next, we have Nightmare versus Smurf.
Ready.
And Nightmare does what Nightmare does. And Smurf is left to fight his way out of the loser's bracket.
Now our last race for round one features Gale's Vet from Port Richey, Florida versus the wheelies called Ghost from Motown.
Ready?
And the Ghost fishtails off the line, and Gale's Vet starts to come around and right around camera 2.
And just hangs on long enough for the win.
And here are your results from round 1. And here are your contestants for the losers bracket.
These 15 cars are going to battle it out to see who can climb to the top of the heap and back into the winners bracket. When we drew for races, the Ghost got the lucky bye, and he moves on to the next round.
And our next 2 hopeful drivers will be Cherry Pie versus the Smurf.
2, 3, driver. Ready?
Well, you were already on, Brian. Okay, go try it now.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like that glitch from the light was just enough to throw Cherry Pie off his game. And rookie driver Brian Holzer takes Rob Trumpy's Smurf to the second round and Cherry Pie back to the trailer.
Up next, my old 67 Chevy 2 that Big Daddy completely rebuilt for himself called Killer Nova versus that big old Tazinator.
Yeah, it looks like Taz had a much better run this time.
And Taz leaves Killer Nova in the dust.
Moving Taz to round 2. Up next, we have Son of Troublemaker versus the Ghost from Motown.
Ghost makes a picture-perfect pass, leaving SOT plainly perplexed and sending him back to the 412.
Up next, we got 412 teammates, Mero versus Blue Bayou.
Something happened to Mero at the starting line, and Blue Bayou just ran away from him and takes the win.
Up next, 2 more 412 teammates. That rookie GTX called the Chameleon versus the veteran Chevy Malibu called the Unknown.
And the Chameleon makes a much better pass than last time and comes screaming across the finish line 2 car lengths in front of the Malibu.
Our next race is the old versus the new. From the 412, the Fireball versus Go Mad from the 724.
Go Mad gets the jump, but that Fireball Camaro comes blazing past him and took the win by a school bus.
Our last race for round 1 of this loser's bracket are 2 cars that are no strangers to one another. Weathered versus the Harry Olds.
Yep.
Weathered makes an A to B pass, and Harry Olds had more than one problem before losing power in the middle of the track.
Which gives Harry the loss and Weathered the win. And Ghost had the bye, so that leaves us a pack of 8 still alive for the next round.
Next time on Slotrods, we'll finish the loser's bracket and take this race night to its conclusion, where we get to find out who gets to keep the coveted Crystal Skull trophy for the next year.
So until next time, I'm Randy Silvas,
And I'm Tony Mullet.
and you've been watching
Slotrods.
The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No sleeping allowed, yo, you just get a glance. Don't try to swing game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch a show flow from a distance, but give her some space, son, let the girl dance.
Now that's a drag race.